Good morning. I think I'm gonna talk in this one. I don't feel good. My household is sick. We all have body aches and coughing and sneezing. Uh, Dr. Partner and baby are downstairs asleep. I am upstairs. I want to build this beautiful little model for him, and I want to work on the museum too. He wants a little greenhouse, and I'm gonna build it for him. He wants this one. I showed him a bunch of options that I liked, and he picked. I knew he would pick this one, and he did. So this piece of wood that I'm using on the bottom is actually not for this piece of wood is from our cabin. He cut some lumber and put up a shelf for us, and like, what a perfect base, you know? Like, how nice. So this scrap piece of wood, I've got a little part squared out, and that's where I'm gonna put the thing. I'm not gonna sand it. I don't know. I might sand it. I bet I'll carve it. I bet I'll probably do something cool here or affix something to it. I don't know yet, but this is the base. This is the back. And these are the sides. And I've been using, I need to stop saying, I've been using a Titebond has an instant bond for wood, and I picked that up at the woodcraft store near Green Bay. I'm so excited. I didn't know this product existed. So I saw it on the shelf. I was like, oh my god, yes. I've been using this to build the whole project. Because it's what I have. I did not go out on purpose to get this, either one of these. This is just the wood glue that I had. And then this just happened to be the brand. I would have bought any kind of super glue for wood, but I bought a Toit. It just happened to be Titebond. Maybe my simulation's getting lazy, and then all the things that I see a little bit of, I'm seeing a lot more of. Who knows? But I've been building this, and the cool part about it is it's pretty simple to put together. I just measure and put, measure and put. I've used up my good stash of tiny lumber. So the scale that I'm building these sticks are the smallest sticks I have, and I only have these left. I have these, which are almost as small, but not quite, and I'm hoping that maybe you won't notice them being different. I'll have to just sand them down, and that's just the way it is. But I liked having like this large size for the frame, the medium size for the window, like, separators, and then the tiniest size between the windows. But if I ran out, I ran out. And I went to my local craft store to go get more. And it turns out those sticks came out of a pack that I got from a craft store that's like an hour and a half away. So I can't get any more right now. And I don't really know how to cut these down perfectly yet. I'm going to figure it out. I actually really want to just figure out how to make my own sticks so that I don't have to buy them. I have 40 acres of forest, and I have popple on there, which is like birch, and like I have a basswood tree. I have one, and then I've got, I think, what else do I have? I have an entire forest of things that are both hardwood and perfect for craftwood, and I could totally. It'd be so fun to build my own little things out of the wood that came from my stuff, but I don't know how to mill my own tiny wood yet. But I'm going to figure it out. I think I have to use a table saw, and we have one. It's just a different vibe of crafting. Do you know what I mean? Table saw crafting is not the same as miter scissors crafting. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get there. It's also really cold outside, so my motivation to go out there is non-existent. And I have to clean the garage so I can start making a little wood shop. Anyway, whatever. Oh, also a side note, this masterpiece right here is glued to the paper solidly because I did not consider that wood super glue for wood would adhere to all wood. And that means paper also, which is also wood. Paper is wood. It's just a very processed form of it. So, I'm going to have some sanding to do. but that's okay. I hope these look nice. I used up the biggest part of my stash when I was making the floor of my museum. Super worth it. Completely worth it. But like, dang it. I wish I had some more, because particularly like up here in this top piece here, I am sad that they're not going to be the same. They're not going to match perfectly. I've got you know, I guess I could piece them together out of scrap and nobody would really be able to tell. Because I'm super close. And then I could just do this whole middle one as a different size and then it won't be as noticeable. No, I have enough. I just about have enough. I can do it. It'll work out. Oh, I lost my pencil. You know, this one will do. This is fun. This is called a lead holder, and it's a mechanical pencil, but not really. It won't like crank it. I guess it would, kind of, but it's really more gravity fed. You pick how long you want it to be, and so it's for really fat pencil lead, like so fat. And then I got the kind that has different colors inside of it. Pretty, right? And then you press this thing down, it kind of opens up, and then whoop. And then you pick how long you want it to be. Voila. And you can sharpen this if you want to. I usually don't. I just kind of use it circular, and then whoop, it kind of keeps itself sharp. Anyway, whatever, that's my pen. That's what I'm going to use today. Obligatory mention of the fact that I have an Amazon storefront. If you want anything that I'm using today, you can get it in that list. I'm going to put the links in there. And if you are early in this video and it says description coming soon, I promise eventually I will get those links in there. I just need to do it. I haven't made the time because I've spent the time making the project, which is way more fun. But if I'm going to try to get that sweet, sweet Amazon, well, those pennies they pass out over there, then I need to, it's so little. What they're banking on is that I can get like thousands of people to purchase a product. Because if I can get thousands of people, then those pennies, they add up. But if it's just like, you know, one of the 16 people that will watch this video, if you decide to go get a pencil that you saw from me, I'll get like a penny from that, maybe. I might get a penny from that. And I do appreciate it. You don't pay extra, they just send it to me. But yeah, if I were like a big deal, thousands of people watched me for my recommendations, then yeah, maybe it would pay enough. But you know, something is more than not a thing, and I'll take some of that. I just have to put my links together. Oh, I'm so close. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna glue them together. Let's find the right length. Okay, I think that's about as good as it's gonna get there. And I'm just gonna keep steadily gluing my project to the table. The first day that I used this super glue for wood, like the very first night, I was so excited building this thing. I didn't film any of it. And now I'm looking back and I'm like, ah, it would have been really nice to have filmed that, but I didn't. And because I was just so excited to build it. I want to build this for him. He wants something, so it's like, oh yeah, absolutely. You want something I can make for you? Absolutely. I'm going to jump on that right now. Heck yeah. So I'm realizing now that the first night I used way too much. I don't have to use this much super glue, and that it will actually definitely stick to your fingers. Like, it's not just for wood. Also, that paper is wood. It will definitely stick to that, though I believe I mentioned it. I think these are like, I think I cut them just the tiniest bit too short, like so barely too short that they almost touch, but not quite. But I think that's going to work because as it is currently gluing it to the paper, that will serve as an extra form of adhesive, I guess. So, okay, so that's done. This looks a little crooked. I'm gonna ruin it. Ooh. Now it definitely looks crooked. Okay, now it's exactly where it was before, but it looks better. So I'm just gonna go with it. Well, I will say that working with this very slightly larger size is nice in that since it is more sturdy, it just kind of locks into place. I'm just using the one that was perfect to measure all the rest of them. I need 7. I find it's quicker if I make all 7 pieces just in a row and then set them all down and then glue them all down. I like to place, like cut and then place and then glue every single piece one at a time, and I was noticing that it was taking me forever, like forever, to get anything done. And yes, this is about the enjoyment of it, but it's pretty fun whenever it's finished too. I'd like to get finished. So where I've made these marks for my measurements, I'm trying to take the piece of wood and center the mark in the middle of each stick. so that it's like really straight and everything like really lines up. And if you cut everything out perfect, then you don't have to do so much. You don't have to do so much with your glue. And so far, the first two pieces were perfect. This one's just the tiniest bit long. I don't know if y'all can really tell a difference between the way these two look. I can, but it's not as bad as I expected it to be. I'm gonna paint this whole thing, so I'm really not super worried about the marks that I'm leaving on it. In my museum piece, I'm trying to actually stain everything, like not everything, but the floors and the crown molding and the not wainscoting, chair railing? I don't know, chair railing, I guess. And it's a lot of like really detailed tiny things, and so I've got wood glue in places that it's just going to be so difficult to sand out. But I did some test swatches of the different stains I was considering, and I'm glad I swatched them because I did not care for them, even though I was convinced both of them would be perfect and it would be difficult to choose between them. I'm glad I swatched it. And then also, if you have glue on the wood that you're trying to stain, it just won't stain at all. So I could have gone through and stained it and had like little patches of wood glue all throughout it, looking awful. So this is what we've got going on here. This is the back. And the next step here is to give this a second, I guess. I didn't know until afterwards, because Woodcraft put the sticker over the instructions like, you know, real fine gentlemen do. And it says that you're supposed to use an activator. I don't have an activator. I thought that this would just work, and it does. And it just takes long. It takes longer than I thought it would for being so instant. Like, it's doing it. It's doing it. Some of the things are like really in there, and then some of the things take a while. Like these are still movable, but it's definitely been longer than 7 seconds. But eventually they're like rock hard. So I don't get it. I don't know what makes it happy enough to be solid. I don't understand it, but it works eventually. This is the template that I've made for the little dome. And it's not a dome, it's a circle. It's a semicircle. It's a half, it's a slice, it's an orange slice. So it's gonna go on the very top like so. And I've never built anything like this before, so we'll see how it goes. After I get these pieces assembled, I think I'm going to actually assemble it up. Instead of assembling it here, I don't know, maybe I should do it on the flat. I can't do anything until I can move this. So I guess we're going to start there. Earlier I had myself a whole fit thinking that I had stuck this pretty permanently to my desk. But fortunately, when I started picking around at it, it did actually start coming up. trying to slide a ruler underneath it. Okay, that's just the greatest news. I could probably just hang this thing on the wall for a while and let it cure or whatever. I don't think it even needs to do that. But I also really pardon me, I also really want to put it together. Like so bad. I thought I was going to be able to save this paper. Well, these 3 pieces on the bottom didn't make it. This is my very enthusiastic night one's work, and you can see, man. Learn from my mistakes. Okay, I'm seeing a theme. I use too much glue. Maybe I'm just accustomed to glue from the, ye olden days when you had to use like 75 gallons, otherwise it just wouldn't work. But we have modern glue now, science glue. I don't even use as much. Oh, rest in peace this template though. I was so proud of it. I was like, I drew it. I had different pens so I could see different, I had different line weights to notate different things. I was gonna use this again. It's okay. I don't need to. I'm winging most of it. Since I don't have an actual plan of that, I just kind of, I'm making it in the vibe of it, but I'm not making that. I'm not making that building. But I'm making a little building that could be her pretty sister. I'm gonna hand make all the tile because there's really not that much. There's like this much. This is the floor. So even if I made individual tiny hand painted tiles, there's not that many. So I think I'm gonna do it. I have all those wood veneers. I could cut no, nobody would have a wooden floor. Nobody would have a wooden parquet floor in a conservatory. Nobody would do that. There's too much water. I just want to use my veneers, but they do have tile, and some of them have pretty tile, so I'm going to do pretty tile. I'm gonna do a color theme. I don't know what theme. This inspiration piece here is like plum and gold. I'll just put the real picture. No, I won't. I might. No, I won't. If I did, you're welcome. In the very final video when I'm talking about this thing being assembled, then I will absolutely have put it in there. For today, I might. We'll see. You tell me. Okay, so this is how it went. This is how it went. It's not as bad as I expected it to be, but also I haven't tried sanding any of this yet, and I was really hoping that this would be the outside because it would show this wood like, you know, there are levels behind it. Like there's this wood, but then there's like the structural wood behind it, you know, whatever. Anyway, one of two. Watch me glue. Oh no. I don't think that piece is glued anymore. Alright, I think that's fine. I was about to say, watch me glue all of this paper to all of these little pieces here, but look at me doing it. Look at me doing it. I was about to. Alright, hopefully that works. And hopefully it is finished doing whatever it's going to be doing by the time I am finished removing this one. Hold on. I have to film some of this. Nope, it can be this. I was about to say, I was like, I have to film some of this for TikTok in vertical. They will eat this up. They're like, hey there, what's up, y'all? I glued my entire project to the effing table. No, that's a joke. I don't curse there. Sometimes I do. It's rare. But I usually tell everybody I'm going to do it way ahead of time. And what's funny is those videos get a lot more engagement because they're like, ooh, right up front. They're like, oh yeah, I'm sticking around. I want to hear her curse. I have to be all spicy though, and I'm not right now. I'm sick. I don't feel good. Right now, I just want things to go my way, and they aren't. I mean, they are-ish. Like this entire project could be crumbling in my hands as I remove the paper from it, but it's not. So I really suppose I don't have anything to be complaining about after all. It would have been way cooler if I had been more responsible with my glue and didn't need to do this at all. Moving forward though, I have learned this lesson and I'll never make this mistake again. And when I use too much glue, I'm going to start putting it on like wax paper so it doesn't stick. I'm not sure if I can solve the behavior, but I can definitely curb the consequences of it. But proper planning. That's a good quote, isn't it? I don't know, I might get through this one without breaking major parts of it. So far, so good. Okay, well, I didn't lose any major parts of this one. This is how it came out. Front looks good, but that was supposed to be the inside. This was supposed to be the outside. Yeah. Okay. All right, how are we doing? No, you know what? It's too soon. I can't do this yet. It's too soon. I'm gonna sand some of this. Step 1, clear all the crap off the desk. No, we weren't talking about any of that. This just feels like it's gonna go really poorly. In my brain just now, just like if the toddler was petting a kitten, I was like, gentle, gentle. You know, I might do this on purpose sometime because the more that I'm doing the sanding, the more it kind of looks like laminated sanded wood, like it grew that way. So if I did layers and layers of that brown paper on purpose and then sanded those down, with the wood, I think you can make it look like I was doing some like elven, cool, twirly wood stuff. Inspiring. So an update, Hallie is currently working on her house church that she closed on. I'm so proud of her. And I was going to go over there and help her, but a surprise turn of events. Her mother has shown up in town to help her, and hopefully everything is going really well. I will come by and lend my services another time. Oh man, that's early in there. This file is shaped kind of like a triangle, and well, it's shaped like a triangle. It gets fatter towards the end, and then it's got this pick at the end. I found it downstairs, and I have used it a lot. It's very handy. It gets into corners really well. Okay, I feel like it would be unfair of me to just like film me sanding for hours. So I am going to just turn the camera on here and there. Because like this is gonna take a few baby naps, I think. Yeah.